Christopher. What's up, buddy? How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. You already had breakfast this morning?
Nope, not yet. We have a big game coming up. Don't want to eat too much.
That's a smart player, man. A lot of guys, man, they be
Yeah.
thinking, like, let me get up and eat a whole lot. And then next thing you know, you be all heavy and just feeling like lethargic. And that's awesome that you understand that at such a young age. So I see you play defensive line and offensive line.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. What you like most? Which one you like best? Offensive,
Defense.
defense?
Defense, without a doubt.
I love it. I love it. What you like most about defense?
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fun because once you do something that you're supposed to do, your specific thing, you get that feeling. And
Yeah, I feel you. I know for me, it happened kind of early on. Well, I played both sides of the ball when I was in middle school and high school. But I remember early on, well, I was a sixth grader, but we was playing against the eighth grade, seventh and eighth graders. Like we was kind of like that scout team,
Mhm.
and they was just pretty much going at us. And about 3 weeks, they was 10 off. And I finally said to myself, I was like, enough of this, man. I said, we got to start going back at them. And I looked at my guys, looked at my teammate, the guys that was in my grade. I said, hey, man, we got to go back at these guys. But they was kind of scared. But what I noticed was first time that you hit somebody in the mouth that say they big and bad or they're just or bullying you or whatnot, something changes. They start looking at you a little different. And I started noticing, like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, like, they don't like when I come back at them like that. So I say all that to say, make sure that you always applying pressure, that you are the hammer and not the nail.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now that doesn't mean sometimes that you might not, feel like you got hit like a nail, but most of the time you want to be the one delivering the hit, and that you can do that whether you're on offense and also defense. But no, that's awesome. Well, wishing you all the best today in your game. I was going to ask you your favorite professional team, NFL team,
Oh,
but I see
we
behind
we
you,
know that one already.
I see behind you right there, you got those 49ers up there, and I see you got a pretty cool 5-2 jersey up there, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate the love. Who's some of the guys you have on the can you name off the guys you have back there
Yeah.
behind you?
So we have
Frank Gore,
Frank Gore. We have you. We have George Kittle over here.
Colin up there.
Yeah. Colin. We have Jerry Rice over here. We have a bunch. We have a Joe Montana one out there. We have a bunch of stuff. And Niners. This is my dad's cave. So
Okay.
he's the one who made this whole thing.
Got
So
you. I love it, man. Tell your pops I say hello, and I love the man cave, man. It's
oh, he's
always
right here. He would love to meet you.
oh hey pops, how's
Appreciate
it going?
that. I appreciate what you're doing for this kid, man. Thank you so much.
No,
Taking the time to have a conversation with him. So
yes,
appreciate it very much. And
no.
you know what? One of the schools that he forgot to talk about, Ohio State. You better
Oh
get him
yeah.
off that one.
I like it. If Dante was on here right, if Dante was Bobby right now and he heard just Ohio State, he would stop whoever said Ohio State and say, hey, wait a minute, the Ohio State. And so he
I
got me over
can't.
here now saying
I
the
can't.
Ohio State.
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
can't
awesome. Well,
go
pleasure to meet you, Pops.
Thank you. Thank you. Tell him
Oh,
why you want Ohio State because of Nick Bosa.
Oh yeah, that too.
okay, that dog. Hey, Ohio State, they've had some players come out of there, man. Some really, really good players. Actually, they just had yesterday. They just had they had a couple guys to go in the first round. Well, day
Yeah.
Yeah.
before they had a couple guys go in the first round. So I tell you this, man. Anything is possible. You set your mind to it. Meaning, like you get a vision for yourself. You see what you want for yourself, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna do what I have to do every single day to make sure that I am in alignment with what I see for myself. And that applies to whether it's school, having good grades. In order to have good grades, you got to apply yourself each and every day. And it's the same thing on the football field. If you want to be the best and you see yourself being the best, then that means that the way you carry yourself, the way that you are a teammate, all those things matter consistently each and every day. I would say the difference between those who are good and those who are great is that the ones who are good, they do things right and they do it, quite often. But the ones who are great, they do the small things extraordinarily well. And what I mean by that is sometimes it's easy just to brush those off. Like, say, for instance, you're an offensive lineman and you're also a defense lineman. So there's techniques, right? And if you do those little techniques, you know how it can make things really tough. But if you find that rhythm and you're doing it consistently, next thing you know, you start winning. And then on top of that, as you start winning, you start figuring out, like, wait a minute, the key is doing it consistently over and over and over. And it doesn't mean that you're going to win every single time, but you will win because in each rep, you will get better. If you put forth your best effort each rep, there's no doubt in my mind that if it doesn't go the way that you want it to go, that because you gave it your best, like you're gonna come back that next rep, and that could be the one. What they call that. I just learned this word myself, being in the draft rooms when we're talking about players. And one of the things coaches say that they look for in players are guys who have a play and it not be their best play, and/or it could be their best play, but they're able to go on to the next play and not hang on whether they had a bad play to get the play before or how good it was, but they move on to the next play. That terminology was called efficacy, and it's one who can move on to the next play with the mindset of it being their best play. Like you won't see it and you'll be like, wow, the guy just got beat, but he came right back and he was boom, he was on it. That play, if you're not using it to make you better, it's only going to make the next play that much tougher. So being good at being able to move on to the next play, but with the mindset of like my last play, I gave it my best. It didn't go the way I wanted, but the next one is going to be even better. So
I've heard your story many times. You morphed football to the way I love it now. You made me want to play football. What made you push through to play it, but besides your brother?
I would say it was man, everybody's circumstances are different, but what we have a commonality, like most youngsters or not, we aspire, we want to be professional athletes.
Yeah.
And I probably like you and like others, like, man, one day I want to play in the National Football League. As I said that, my circumstances kind of put me in a situation where I was like, man, I gotta make it. Not just for my family, but because man, something inside of me says I want to be successful too. To be honest with you, school was really, really tough for me. And so as it was tough for me, I was thinking about life. I was like, man, I don't know if I'm smart enough to be, a doctor. I don't know if I'm smart enough to be, a lawyer, but I I'm really, really passionate about the sports. I'm really, really passionate about ball. And they said if you can become good enough that you can earn a living, it was a choice that I made to say that, like, you know what, this is what I'm going to pursue and I'm gonna give it everything I have. And God forbid it doesn't work out, because there's no guarantees that you're gonna go to the NFL outside of just working hard and put forth your best. But I just said that, you know what, I'm gonna invest in this space and I'm gonna give it everything I have. And so, I really don't have an exact answer outside of it has to be something inside of you. It has to be something that you want. And what I mean by that, it can't be forced upon you, because a lot of times when things are forced on people, and it's not what they wanted for themselves, then they usually end up rejecting it somewhere down the line because they get burnt out. You no longer want it like that anymore. And so I would say for you, as it was for me, it was a vision that I had for myself and that I wanted to fulfill. Yeah, it almost comes back to a you thing, but it'd be almost like every morning you get up, you look yourself in the mirror and you say, what do I want to achieve? And am I willing to do it today? Because at the end of the day, today is all we have in this moment. Yes, yesterday was, and tomorrow will be, but you can't do nothing about yesterday, and tomorrow is going to take care, and tomorrow will come. It's about what you do today. And I know you have that in you, because based on what you just shared with me at the very beginning, I said, hey, have you ate breakfast yet? He's like, nah, we got a game later on the day and I don't want to be, too full. That means you already are mindful. You already understand how to keep the main thing the
Mhm.
main thing. And it sounds like you have discipline in doing what it takes to make sure that you are at optimal playing time when the time is ready. And those are the little qualities that if I'm scouting a guy, reading over scouting reports, those are little things that stand out at you. I was able to pick that up from you just based on our conversation and just hearing you share that. And to me, I'm like, you know what, he's gonna be all right. So whether it's football and school, apply yourself. But I will say, young fella, stay positive, keep the positive mindset that you have. Continue to do the right things. They don't mean that we're always going to be perfect. We're going to slip. We're going to fall sometimes, but it's a matter of getting back up to keep on moving forward. And as long as you have good people around you, they won't let you fall. And if they do, they'll be there to lift you up and clean you up and I see you have your mom and your dad there, and I smile for you because I almost want to cry a little bit because that's huge, more than you know. And that's speaking from someone who raised single parent. But man, there's times when I have moments where I'm like, man, it'd have been amazing to be able to, like, have those moments where things are a little tough and you have your mom to be able to say, it's gonna be all right, son. And or having your dad too, just like, it's gonna be all right, but let's go. we gotta be tough too now. So to have both of them, man, it's really awesome and it makes me smile. And Christopher, I'm rooting for you, buddy. All the best, and I'm so glad that you are a winner because, buddy, you're a winner. Just talking to you right now. So whether it's on the scoreboard or whether it's just on the field, just know that you are a winner. Winners win, but it don't come easy. You got to apply yourself. And if it comes too easy, then turn it up. Find something that's going to give you a challenge because that's the only way we grow through those challenges. So again, I'm rooting for you and all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.